When you hear watch fair, you might think of, well, people with tiny magnifying glasses murmuring about gears. But Watches and Wonders? That's a rock festival if SIHH was a jazz club. This is where the very idea of a watch gets challenged and exalted every single year. Let's go back to where it all started, not with a tick, but with a choice. Long before influencers live stream new releases, before the public could wander the halls, there was SIHH, Salon International de la Haute Horology, born in 1991 in Geneva, Switzerland. It was an exclusive, almost private club of high-end watchmakers showing their craft to the world's press and top dealers. Think five brands, leather-soled loafers, and the kind of coffee that's too serious to be called espresso. The goal: create a refined space for haute horology, luxurious, elevated, and highly exclusive. Fast forward to the late 2010s, the world was changing. Basel World, the mighty fair that had once been the beating heart of the watch industry, was losing steam. By 2019, SIHH rebranded itself as Watches and Wonders, a name originally used for smaller touring events with a mission: go digital, go modern, go accessible. Then came a pandemic, a pivot to virtual showrooms, and suddenly the whole world was invited. It was like turning a reserve wine festival into Coachella, with more haute couture and fewer flower crowns. At the heart of today's Watches and Wonders is the Watches and Wonders Geneva Foundation, a non-profit launched in September of 2022 by a curious alliance: Rolex, Richemont, and Patek Philippe. Their pitch: promote watchmaking excellence globally and give this fair a strategy bigger than just cool new watches. They didn't stop there. Chanel, Hermes, and LVMH later joined the foundation board, broadening both the sports luxe and jewelry scope of the event. So what is Watches and Wonders today? It's Geneva's finest week of horological theater. 6+ days of press previews, industry insiders, collectors rubbing shoulders with folks who think a 5-figure watch is moderately affordable. And yes, even curious members of the public getting wrist time. Journalists get stories, dealers get orders, collectors get thrills, and the public, they get stories to tell to their friends. It's watchmaking's version of Comic-Con, but with better suits and fewer capes. It used to be a Richemont-centric club. Today, it's a global ecosystem. Rolex, Patek Philippe, Cartier, Grand Seiko, Bulgari, and indie maestros like H. Moser and C, F.P. Jorn, and more. In 2025, there were around 60 brands, from story giants to tiny artisanal ateliers, each with something to prove. Boutiques, press booths, live demos, in the city pop-ups, and yeah, a few watchmakers who look more like wizard engineers than horologists. What makes the show legendary? The releases. In 2025, Rolex revealed the Oysterland Dweller in Jubilee Senimo bracelets that had collectors drooling. A Lango Anzuna dazzled with the honey gold Odysseus. Patek stunned the crowd with a quadruple complication, a beast of a watch. Bulgari flexed with the new serpentine artistry. These aren't just watches. but mementos for the year ahead. Compare SIHH to Watches and Wonders. It's night and day. SIHH was dinner for a dozen. Watches and Wonders is a citywide festival. SIHH was about exclusivity. Watches and Wonders is about inclusion without losing prestige. It even opens to the public during certain days, something unheard of in the old guard. It's like the difference between a secret chef's table and an open kitchen. Everyone gets a taste. What started as a dusty trade event has become the heartbeat of watchmaking. A yearly reminder that timekeeping isn't just about numbers. It's culture, craft, and yes, a little bit of obsession. So yes, watches are beautiful, but Watches and Wonders, it's a story about people, makers, and dreamers. And anyone who's ever wondered why a tiny mechanical thing on your wrist can matter so much. And now, if you'll excuse me, I have a few dozen watches to drool over. Scratches are honesty. Patina is history. For vintage pieces, viva patina.